Hello and welcome to this video demonstration of the proposed user interface for Paycor Central Park rooms 224 and 424, the new video conferencing rooms. My name is Pat Santucci. I designed this interface and wrote the code behind it. It is based on control code and interfaces from meeting rooms at the headquarters facility, notably 417. As you can see, we've inherited the logo and our initial touch anywhere on the screen to begin instruction. But this system is a great deal simpler than the ones in the 4 series rooms at headquarters, because so much of the functionality can be done by the RP Touch touchscreen that will be installed at the table. So a similar metaphor for our navigation buttons to take us through the program. The intention is that a user not having a conference will begin by touching the screen, touching the sources button, and then automatically displaying the appropriate source. You can see the text indicates that the laptop is being sent to both displays, which will have automatically turned on as soon as the user touched that button. And the speakers will also be getting sound from the laptop. This automation works on laptop detection. If a laptop is not plugged in or not sending a signal out, instead, AirMedia Wireless will be the source that's being sent to both displays and heard over the speakers. So when touching a source button, the user should always see something pop up on the display as either their own laptop or the AirMedia in case they haven't connected something physically. Phone or video conference button uses the text on screen to direct the users to the touch panel that's located at the table. That's the Polycom RP Touch, and it sends the appropriate output of the video conferencing system to each display, whether that's duplicated or whether we define in code at the time of writing a separate video conferencing output to each display. This text should apply. Notice that we say the AirMedia Wireless is ready to share because sharing controls are at the table, and that is also based on the automatic detection of the laptop. If the laptop's connected, it reads the laptop is ready to share. So the last button is Setup, and this is where we've thrown all the manual sorts of situations that the room may encounter that we didn't anticipate. The expectation is that for day-to-day use, one of these two buttons in combination with the touch panel for conferencing at the table will suffice to do anything a user may need. So this is for the unexpected. On the setup page, we can manually send any source, laptop, AirMedia Wireless, or the appropriate conference system output to either display, left or right. You can see that those are completely independent. Directly power off or on the displays. Send something different to the speakers than we have to the displays, or of course choose which display we hear, and arbitrarily send one or the other source out to the conference share so it's available if users choose to send a content source from the RP Touch. We've inherited and preserved the clean screen function from headquarters. So now we're going to look at this for 30 seconds because that's how long it takes to allow the clean screen to go through. I'm going to take advantage of some of that time, though, to indicate that a few oddities that are unusual because we've got the RP Touch. We are not allowing for volume control from the Crestron touch panel because of the options of exactly what would have its volume controlled. Rather, because all of the valid sources, apart from the video conferencing system, are computer-based, we're going to establish a fixed volume through the Crestron portion of the system and allow users to adjust levels at their computers, whether it be through the AirMedia or the wired interface, as well as the volume level that's available at the RP Touch for conferences, and that includes phone or video conference. So that's why we don't see level or volume controls anywhere on this screen. Incidentally, we're not going to use any of the hard buttons. They appear here for reference, but they will be dimmed and not visible. That's an advantage over the new 7.6 series. So the users won't be confused by their presence. There's nothing there to touch. You just touch the screen to start. The setup button is not working in this demo. That goes directly to the touch panel hardware, and again, that's inherited from 417 at headquarters. So if that was something that people got used to using, it's still here. It's just on the setup screen in this design. So that's the complete tour. I'm going to go back to the sources display and do a shutdown. As users would, in order to turn the system off, we can, of course, cancel it and go right back to where we were. We can turn the power off immediately, but I'm going to let the time expire and demonstrate that just as in headquarters, choosing turn off and then pushing no additional buttons will in fact shut the system down, at which point the speakers will go silent and both displays will turn off. There we are, back to the welcome screen and ready to start over. Thank you for watching, and of course feel free to contact me with questions or suggestions.